Any other poll questions?
We've got one off of an NBA poll. Would you like that, Dan?
Let me, do a drive-by here. Let me see if there's something that'll stick.
Should Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown part ways? Yeah, this is part of a larger Celtics question, I think. But
okay. I would say no, because there are not many teams in the NBA who have players that size and that talent. Now, I know that it didn't work out. Give credit to Philadelphia. Philadelphia figured out something because they got blown out twice by over 30 points in this series. And then all of a sudden, Jason Tatum's not there to play, and the Boston Celtics, even though they're at home, Philadelphia was resilient. And Joel Embiid played great. Tobias Harris, come on down. The backcourt is already really, really good. But that's one of those where if you're not hitting your shots, and we saw this with Boston, that's their MO. These are playoff games. This isn't regular season where your three might not be as contested. Well, they weren't hitting their shots. And Philadelphia, I watch Embiid, and he just sort of moves. It's not quick, not fast. He's not jumping. He's playing the angles. He knows where his sweet spots are. He put up 34 points. And I think that's the amazing part is eventually you see players who just know how to play the game. They're not athletic as far as end-to-end and jumping. This is where you see the guy on the playground who might be 45 years of age, and he's the best player. Why? Because he knows how to play basketball. Embiid can't do what he once did. There's a Nikola Jokic feel to his game now. Not as skilled, but still to be out there, to come back from surgery, all of his surgeries, be able to play. And now you got Paul George. They both played 38 games, so they are fresh, but they might not be completely healthy in all the surgeries they've had and the injuries they've had. But Philadelphia, and I said this to a couple of people, I thought that the Knicks built their roster to beat Boston. They didn't build their roster to beat the Sixers. That's what I want to see with the matchup. Now, I know the Knicks are favored. They're favored by 7.5 tonight. Even Joel Embiid said, hey, when the series goes to Philadelphia, don't sell your ticket. I can't imagine any other place that might say this, any other star athlete who would say, hey, whatever you do, don't sell your tickets. The Eagles, that they would never have, Jalen Hurts would never have to say, hey, don't sell your tickets to the Giants. Here is Joel Embiid after the win.
I just have a message for our fans. Last time we played the Knicks, it felt like this was Madison Square Garden East. So we're gonna need the support. Don't sell your tickets. We need you guys. The atmosphere that we've had the last couple of games in Philly, especially the last one, pushing it to Game 7. We need all of it. I don't care if it's 70-30, it's Knicks fans. They travel, they're going to buy the tickets, and there's going to be, some people that need the money and that, probably going to sell tickets. But don't do it. If you need money, I got you.
All right. All right.
I got you.
But Jalen Brunson isn't saying this to Knicks fans. Why is it more important, or it feels like it's more important for the Knicks fans than it is for the Sixer fans? That's what kind of surprised me there. And granted, we've seen, home teams, fans sell their tickets. But this is Philadelphia. It's different. Yes, Marvin.
But Knicks fans are going to travel. That's a quick trip. That's a quick train ride.
It's a quick trip from Philly to New York.
True, but
it's the same.
But the Garden, it's so expensive.
I know that.
It's ridiculous.
I know that.
I'd rather take a train. It's going to be less expensive to take a train, get a hotel, and get tickets to the Sixers than just a regular old ticket to the Garden.
Okay. Are you surprised that Embiid has to say to Philly fans, don't sell your tickets?
No.
Yes. You're not surprised.
Because he saw it 2 years ago. That playoff series, it was almost like the Hawks against the Knicks last playoff series, where it was like, man, is this Madison Square Garden or State Farm Arena? That's what it's going to look like in Philadelphia if they keep selling their tickets to Knicks fans.
Yeah, Paul.
Embiid also said Madison Square Garden East. I think it would be south or west.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not an expert.
He did everything right except for, the direction. Yes, Todd.
I think it's less shocking, more sad that he has to say something like that to me. Like you have to implore or plead with the fans to, show up, don't sell the tickets to the Knicks fans. It's kind of weak.
Thank you, Todd.
For
Yes,
a
Bill.
major city like Philly.
Philly is one of those fan bases, though, where you would expect, like, playoffs for any of the major sports, they're selling out all the home tickets.
Yes.
So I am surprised.
Yeah. Like, I get it if you're a Dolphins fan and you say, hey, don't sell your tickets, to Giants fans or Patriot fans when they come down. I understand that. But you would think Philly, that's an unbelievable fan base. The Dolphins, not necessarily. But it just kind of surprised me a little bit. The other part of it was, and I got to watch a lot of this series, and because I thought Boston was going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I thought they would go to the NBA Finals. I really did. I thought everything, the pieces were kind of falling in place. And they, with Tatum back, Jaylen Brown did a wonderful job the entire year. Then you started to see where Derek White's not quite the Olympian we thought he was. Peyton Pritchard, you just playoff basketball. I mean, it's just a different feel. Everything about it. And Jaylen Brown was complaining after the loss, after the end of the series. I'm going to bring back some of the things that he had to say after the loss. And I was a little surprised because when you're up 3-1, I didn't hear him complaining about any officiating. Or you're up 3-2, I didn't hear anything. And maybe I didn't read everything in the Boston Globe or online, but all of a sudden you lose, and now all of a sudden you're complaining that there was an agenda. Embiid gets to flop, in which you can have two things be correct, but I've never, ever seen where when you complain publicly, and he did during the regular season, he did say that he can't get away with what other players can get away with. Offensive fouls that are called on him when he raises his arm when he's, trying to get a shot off. But I'll bring that back, some of the things that he had to say.